Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Ninja Joe Plays Minecraft, here in my multiplayer something world. What the fuck is this thing called? Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Ninja Joe Plays Minecraft, here in my very first RPG multiplayer survival adventure extravaganza world. Woo! Can you tell I don't have a name for this thing yet? Yeah, it's kind of a little obvious. Well guys, as you may remember, last time we built this starter area centered around spawn and this training school, which of course started out as a couple of buildings and a place for them to, be safe when they come into the world, and turned into an entire extravaganza of training rooms and information about the world and enchanted towers, and boy did it get out of control. Anyway, I'm not unhappy about that because, you know what, this turned into an awesome little build. I'm really happy with it. I don't often build in birch forests. I don't often build with a lot of granite, so I'm glad to have got this out of my system. So in this episode, basically, we're going to be building the first level 1 dungeon that the guys are they're gonna work out of the training school here. They're gonna get armed up and pretty much gonna tell them where to go. It's not going to be a situation where they're having to search and find stuff too much. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take you guys along a path and kind of show you. I've already started the dungeon a little bit. I've got the entrance of it already done. So you can see here we come down out of the training school, and they're going to go along this road. I've named this the Fishhook Road. And they can follow this all the way down here. And we've got a nice little path. Let's just jump over some of this stuff. All the way down here to this little crossroads by this lava pit. And right here we've got the North Fishhook Road, which is closed. So in a future episode, when we go to Olden Town and we start branching out into the continent, they will go this way. As you can see, it is incomplete, under construction. However, to go to the level 1 dungeon, they'll just follow Fishhook Road south. Totally simple stuff. As a matter of fact, I'll take you there right now. And here we are. Look at that. A dungeon entrance. As you can see right here, Dungeon of the Dead, sealed for your safety. As you can see, it's blocked off. So they'll come over here. This is going to be the entrance to their level 1 adventure. And so coming up, I'm going to start digging around underneath this hill and carving out the first challenge for the guys. Well, guys, we are now inside the dungeon. We have started building it, and before we get too far along, I want to give you a tour of what we've done so far. I kind of am starting to think of this dungeon sort of in 3 levels. Sort of the intro area where we're really getting used to things, and the traps and challenges are very basic. Then level 2 where things go up a notch in terms of difficulty, and then level 3 where there's gonna kind of be sort of like a little boss room that they're gonna face, which is gonna be hopefully more difficult than level 2. So as you just saw in that little time-lapsey footage, the first thing we're gonna do for them, as soon as they break through the wall and come here into the dungeon, they're gonna have a little place where they can, of course, set their spawn. They've got some chests. I'm giving them some free food to start, as you can see here. Crafting tables and furnaces in case they need it. Maybe they killed some cows outside or something. And you know, this is a little safe room for them. Very, very well lit, as you can see. And then I tell you what, let's go over to spectator mode here. And this will help me kind of give you guys the tour. So this is sort of the first corridor that they will experience. They'll come down here, and of course they're faced with the good old wooden door. And if we look inside, we can see, of course, what would you expect in a level 1 dungeon, but some basic zombies and a chest. And so this is the first little challenge room that they might come across. Now, do they have to come in here? No, but they'll very clearly be able to see that there's a treasure chest in here. So they're gonna say to themselves, well, hey, I want to get what's in this chest. What's in here? Yeah, just 2 emeralds. You know, nothing crazy. But then again, this is a super basic room. So if they have trouble with this room, boy, are they gonna have trouble with the rest of the dungeon. This is like this is a Pee-wee time right here. As you can see, I've named these zombies so they stick around. This guy's name is Rar. And what about you? What's your name? Gurgle Gurgle. So anyway, this is the first room. This is as easy as it gets, and as you can see, even the easy rooms have a little bit of a jump challenge to get out of here. So even when it's easy, it's not going to be super easy. Alrighty, so past this, we got a little ambiance. I'm lighting things up with some glow licen, and of course you might be saying, hey, you know, we can see everything really clearly. Well, I'm in creative mode, and I also have night vision activated, so you know, we can turn that off if you guys want to see how moody stuff looks. But I feel like a lot of this, you guys are gonna have a really hard time seeing it in the typical YouTube-y darkness. You know, it's not great. It's really not great. So this is the second challenge room I've made for them in the level 1 section. I'm just going to go through the wall here, but basically when they open that door, it's going to let out, what, 7, 8 zombies? We've got a bunch in there. Well, those guys, that wall is going to lift up, and those guys are all going to come out here, and it's pretty much another fight room. Very basic. We're keeping it very simple to start. You know, you do a thing, you fight some bad guys, and you get some treasure. In this one, the treasure's a little bit better. Look, a little enchanted cat somebody can wear. More food, and the Journal of Fleftmore. So they're going to start to get some clues about different things in the journal, and I've kind of come up with a reason for them to come in here in the first place. They're going to be given a quest to obtain 3 missing ancient relics. So there are 3 relics in this dungeon for them to find, and they're not super rare, super high XP relics. They're pretty basic stuff, but it's going to get the idea across to them that that they need to be looking for these things. And so they're really going to have to come into rooms like this, clear them, look around, make sure they're not missing stuff, because when we talk about hidden stuff, oh boy, just you wait. Speaking of hidden stuff, check this out. Secret passage. Yeah, this looks very obvious to us, but this hallway right here is actually very dark, and it's a place where I'm allowing mobs to spawn naturally. So if you come down here and you don't have night vision on, you'll walk right by that little passageway. Now, if you're coming backwards, if you're coming down here, it's pretty obvious, but going one way, it's not obvious, and the other way it is. So I'm using all kinds of little visual trickery like that. So anyway, moving on in the dungeon tour. They come down here, different hallways, looking around. We're going up, we're going down, we're going around. This is the first place where they're going to have a choice to make. They can either go into this room, or they can do a little parkour. A little bit of parkour. And this is not deadly parkour. You know, they'll take some damage. If they mess up and there's a ladder, they can get out. It's not super dangerous. Again, first level dungeon. First level of the first level. It's like double first level. You know, maybe they choose to go that way. Maybe they don't. If they choose to come in here, however, first of all, the way out of this room is hidden. There is a button in here that they have to find and push to get out of this room. Not too hard to find, but actually underneath of this right here, let's see if I can see it. If I can clip through the block. No, I can't really see it. Anyway, underneath of there is a spawner, and one of the cool things about working in creative mode is you can make things you don't find in the normal game. So that is actually an endermite spawner in there. So as they're hanging out in this room, as they're looking around, they're like, oh, what's this thing here? A little secret passage kind of thing. Yeah, endermites are going to spawn, start biting their ankles. So again, not super hard to deal with, a little annoying, but yeah, they'll have to they'll have to deal with it, find the way out of the room. And then as we get down here, you'll notice that the walls have been, you know, kind of typical stone block. We've gone for this black stone floor, and then all of a sudden we're changing. Now we got some mossy, so I'm changing up the visuals of the room, and everything beyond here, we're getting into level 2. All right, guys, here we are in the level 2 area, and boy, this I'm really excited. I'm really excited about level 2. This is where we're finally kind of getting to some good challenges and stuff. As a matter of fact, I've even given the players a way to flip a little lever here. This opens a wall back to an area closer to where they're going to set their spawn. So if they get this far along, they'll actually be able to start opening shortcuts and stuff like that. And as they get into level 2, because boy, are they going to need it. So this room right here, this is a kind of a beefed up challenge room from what they have encountered before. We have a bunch of drowned in here. We have a very uneven floor and water, so they're going to be slow in here. And there's places where they can fall down below the water line. There is a dark tunnel in the back. Again, we have night vision going, so just because we can see back here doesn't mean they can. So they have to come back here into this dark, moldy old tunnel and make their way up this ladder, up to this upper level, and walk all along this holy floor in an area with some good old-fashioned spiders. That's right. So, you know, definitely a notch up from that first room where we had, like, what was it, like 2 zombies to fight. And in here, this is the first room where they are going to get their first artifact. So that's it right there, Ancient Shard, worth 1 XP. And also a nice little weapon there, Bone Breaker Axe. And just a reminder not to put the relic in their hotbar. I'm very concerned that relics that they can place onto the ground or something, they're going to place them down and then it's going to lose its name and all that good stuff. And, it's obnoxious, so I'm giving them reminders as we go, like, don't screw up. But also, as you can see here, we've got some hidden chests back in the wall there, some goodies in there. Another one over here. What's in this one? Oh, potion of healing. That's useful. Some more food. So there's all kinds of little hidden stuff around for them to find. We are going up a notch in this fight room. But of course, we don't want everything to just be about fighting. We want there to be some drama, some decision making, and stuff like that. And this might be one of my favorite parts of this dungeon down here. So when they come down these stairs, they are suddenly going to be confronted with this, the King's Treasure Room. Only one may enter. Basically, I've trapped this hallway. And I'm actually not going to fly through this hallway because if somebody goes down this hallway, it sets off some redstone and a whole series of things happen. First of all, this wall gets closed up. This wall opens up, and basically, here, I'll take you, if somebody goes down there, they're going to get locked into the King's Treasure Room, and everybody else is going to be able to go down this hallway and come to a little observation platform right here, where the one lone person is going to come out into this arena. And here, they are going to have to fight the Goblin King. And I kind of made his little face over here on the wall. So the observers are actually in the mouth of the Goblin King. And you must be wondering, well, what is this Goblin King business all about? Well, in here, this little fight room, there's quite an obvious thing to do. Pull the lever. Will it open that door? Actually, it won't. This lever will actually release quite a vicious little beastie that some new players to Minecraft are not going to be ready for. This little guy, I anticipate, is going to kick somebody's butt. And of course, you can see we've kitted him out, full armor and a sword. So yeah, he's pretty ugly. He's pretty ugly. He's the only villain they're facing in here, but it's a one-on-one fight. If they beat him, the door's gonna get opened over here, and they can actually get into the treasure room. And there's some good stuff in here. There's no relics in here. This is kind of a side quest, but there's some good. Look at that. There's a nice gold sword, some clues, a bow, enchanted bow. So there's good stuff for them to find. And while all this gold and stuff might not be immediately useful to them, down the road in the RPG game, this really is literally a treasure trove. So anyway, hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll do this. Hopefully they'll be able to get into this treasure room. The only way out for the player who's been locked in to this room is to either die and go back where they spawned, or if they defeat the Goblin King, the little baby zombie, and flip this lever, then they'll be able to get out. So take you guys back through here. Yeah, we can just fly through the walls. There you can see all the redstone for this whole room. Lots and lots of redstone. Oh yeah. The person who goes into this room does have the option of setting their spawn here inside the treasure room. And if you remember, we have a 3 lives rule, so each play session that they come and do a dungeon adventure, they only get 3 lives. So if you set your spawn in here, which is a choice that you could make, set your spawn if you dare, then you're committing yourself to beating that baby zombie. Now maybe you come in here and he comes out, he kills you, and you respawn. Well, I suppose if you're the hunter and you have a bow and arrow, well, your second life, you're definitely going to kill him. You can twang, 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 hit him with your bow and kill him. You know, that would be one strategy that would work here. But, you know, will someone be courageous enough to set their spawn back here? So these are the kind of decisions, strategic decisions, I'm going to force them to make from time to time, which I think is going to be loads and loads of fun. So, all right, let's go back out of here. Let's go back to the main hallway. So anyway, this King's Treasure Room, this really is a side quest, but it's one of my favorite parts of this dungeon. So hopefully they'll do it. There is a clue in the dungeon that tells them that there are no relics. The relics they're looking for are not in the treasure room. So they should get that clue. It's a pretty easy clue to find. And so when they get here, they can go, well, we know there's no relic in here. Maybe we won't go in there, but maybe one of them will be like, hey dude, I'm greedy. I'm going in. So we'll see what they do. So yes, I'm giving them choices. I love giving players these dilemma choices to make. So much fun. All right, so as we go up here, we are going to get into, I think, one of the most challenging rooms in this dungeon. And you guys saw this being built in the time lapse. So up here we have this walkway, which is a little bit rotten, falling apart. There's holes in it, and this whole room of water. As you can see, we're leaning hard into the mossy, gross blocks. Lots of water, some of it still, some of it moving. This is all really to cause them to have to slow down, and yeah, they're basically gonna have to fight some baddies in here. Now, I can't set this off. I can't show you what's going to happen in this room because I would have to reset a lot of stuff. But essentially, I'll take you through it. If they're jumping down off this ledge, or if they're parkouring across here and coming down what's left of an old staircase, they're going to have to make their way across here. And there's actually a command block that if any of the RPG classes approaches this staircase within, whatever it is, 10 blocks or something, pretty big radius, these pillars are going to pop open right here, and inside you can see we have some friends waiting for them. 4 skeletons with bows are hiding in these 4 pillars, and let me tell you, I have playtested this a little bit, and if you're caught out here, if you're a player with no depth strider, and you're in this water and those things pop up and you're here, oh boy, ouch. Good luck. And I've also rigged the room up with a couple of other surprises. This ceiling is very easy for us to see because there's night vision and stuff in here, but if you pop up here, you can see our good old friend Redstone, and we're going to drop some zombie bombs on them, or drown bombs I should say. Drop some drown bombs on them from the ceiling as well, so this room is going to be utter chaos when they come into it and they first trigger this. So what they have to do, this is really the hub room of level 2. You can see there's a passage this way and there's a passage that way. And I don't think I'm going to take you guys through all of these passages because it really becomes very maze-like. There's lots of different rooms and places for them to go on each side. And I'll show you guys sort of the major points, but most of it, you know, there's a lot of little nook caverns, dark spots, places to go, challenge rooms where they got to go through little elevated mazes and stuff like that, all to find 3 keys. So when these skeletons are popped up, they have behind them, let's see if I can zip in here and see it. So you can see there's what is that? That's quartz blocks behind this skeleton, and there's something else behind this guy. Emerald blocks here, and then gold blocks here. So there are 4 keys for them to find hidden throughout the dungeon. And they have to take those keys, and basically, once the skeleton's dead, they have to throw the key into the little hole. And if they get all 4 keys in, a secret door will open up. And I wonder if you guys can guess where that secret door is. I mean, it could be somewhere, you know, perhaps this staircase goes somewhere. Anyway, they got to go and through these mazy tunnels on the side, find the 4 keys, throw the 4 keys in to open the way to the 3rd and final level of this dungeon. But let me show you just kind of some of the cooler bits of the mazy challenge rooms. So this room, guys, this is one of my favorite little rooms that I've made. I'm going to actually turn off my night vision for a second so you can see what this would really look like for them. Oh boy, this might be too dark for you guys to see. It's so dark. It's so amazingly dark. You can see a chest there. You can barely make out what you have to walk on. And of course, as you saw before, there's creepers down there. So you come in here, you have to maneuver around, don't fall off. There's a chest back there, there's a chest back there, chest over there. Spoiler alert, one of the relics is in this room, but which chest is it in? What kind of danger are we getting ourselves into? Oh my god. Okay, so there, we have night vision back. So basically, you can get an idea, a sense there of how much lighting is going to play a factor for those guys coming into a space like this. And of course, if they fall down, things are going to go boom. Well, this is another one of my favorite features of this sort of second level dungeon. Part of the mazy area has this dark pit in it. Well, not dark for us, because of course we have the night vision. And, you know, we got a little parkour action here. If you want to go that way, you're going to have to make a jump. But you can see it's a totally doable jump, but it's not super easy, you know? You got to take care. So chances are they're going to fall down there. And then that takes them back to a different part of the maze, which is unfortunately, for here, quite a far walk all the way back around. So that's kind of annoying. They can go down here. They've got, they get into some little 1x2 passageways, which are also completely black in some places. In some places they're slabbed and things can't spawn. Other places they're not slabbed, and they're gonna run into baddie bads back there. Especially this one, because the baddie bads, if they walk out here, they're not gonna walk off that edge. So they'll mill around. They may even see a zombie or something hanging around right here. Over here, similar kind of thing. We're going down into some more maze-like corridors for them to explore and hopefully find some stuff. And one of the things that they're trying to do is basically, as I said before, find all those keys. So, you know, here's a room where they have to come in, and at least 4 of them have to stand on these pressure plates in order to open a special door. And in this case, that door is halfway down this pit. They may even fall down here and see this door as they go by, like, whoa, like, oh, there's the door. So you need to open that, you know, up there in that room in order to get in here to get one of the keys. So if I look in here, boom, there we go. That's the gold key that we were talking about. Also, they get some spectral arrows. Isn't that fun? So this is one of the 4 keys that they have to get into level 3. So again, those were gold key, what was it, quartz key, emerald key, oh, I'm forgetting one, might have been iron key. Anyway, they're already built, they're already scattered around. Oh, look, redstone. Redstone is everywhere. So here, we'll just go out through here so you can see this. Should they fall down here, they do have a little way out. As a matter of fact, when they fall down here, not if, I'm pretty sure they're going to fall down here at some point, they actually will find a little secret chest down here with some really good goodies in it. a fresh shield in case the warrior shield's getting worn out, arrows because I'm sure they'll have lost arrows, firework rockets, splash potion, gold sword, and left by Fluffmore the wizard. So this is Fluffmore, you know, the story of Fluffmore is he's a wizard that came through this dungeon a long time ago, and you know, spoiler alert, he didn't make it, but he did leave help for whoever came behind him. So he's leaving them clues, and as you may notice, you keep seeing these lapis blocks around. So I'm definitely getting into a symbology associated with the different jobs. So in lapis, of course, is the stone of, basically the stone of the wizard. So because Fluffmore left these gifts for them, there's a blue lapis stone here. And if you remember the place where they could set their spawn, that safe room also had a lapis block above the door. So it's sort of a symbol of safety, or friends have left goodies for you, stuff like that. So they'll probably get to the point where after a while, if they see a lapis block, they're gonna be like, oh, I need the goodies. So anyway, after that, they can crawl out of here and get back into the maze. This sort of puts them back over here towards the main hall. And once they gather all those keys, man, then we go forward into level 3. Well, guys, it looks like my footage of level 3, the time lapse, yeah, didn't make it, didn't save it. I kind of foobarred it. My apologies. But anyway, through this wall is a little piece of TNT, and when they get all the keys for level 2, this will explode, open this up for them, and they will be able to go up here to level 3. I'm just going to show you guys everything at this point. I don't have the footage for it, so we're just jumping straight into the tour. For beating level 2, they come over here to this chest. They get the second of the relics that they've been sent to get. This time the violet crystal and some goodies and stuff like that. And opposite, look at this, as I was talking about, lapis, safe room. They can come in here, and there's a further spot where they can basically set their save points. So optional save location. Can you hear the chill music? I kind of think of this like the old Final Fantasy games where it's like, oh, you found a save location, do 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 dee 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 dee, or whatever that music was. I don't know. Anyway, we do have some stuff in here for him. We've got Flint and Steel and Fluffmore's journal too. Let's take a look at that. Oh, can I take a look at it? No, I'm in spectator mode. Alright, so let's see here. Spectator mode is off now. Now I'm in creative mode. I can grab this thing. Oh, look, I got fart bubbles. Nice. Anyway, so Fluffmore's Journal 2. Here you can see an example. We're giving them some more clues, just like the first one. Wizard's Fire placed around the summoning box will halt new minions from entering our realm. You know, so basically they need to go into this summoner's hall to get the last of the relics that they're searching for. And the summoner has hidden the last artifact in his halls. I was unable to find it, but you have better luck than me. Fluffmore, wizard somewhat extraordinaire. So here we're kind of getting into a little bit of the RPG story, and I'll give you guys as much of this sort of thing as you want, but you know, it can take a while to go through things like this. If we get into the nitty gritty, these episodes could get quite long. So you guys let me know how much of this sort of thing you want to see. Here's a little clue. Great clue. P.S. The way out is down the pit. Of course, here you're thinking, oh, what pit? But when you get in the room, you'll be like, oh, that pit. So anyway, let's put this back. Boom. Down here. Blip. Get rid of this. Didn't mean to leave that there. Did we give him some stuff? Yes, we give him some stuff. Refill on bread, arrows, fireworks. So giving them a little recharge every now and again, because I'm sure they're going to be going through their ammo and food like crazy. Alright, on to the coup de grace. Going down this hallway here, they are going to come to this room. This is the big fight, the climactic battle for this dungeon. As you can see, we've got some skeleton snipers hidden up there. We've got this big box right here, and can you guess what's in there? We were talking about the summoner's room. Yeah, look at there. We've got a spawner. Can we see it? Sort of. Zombie spawner. So zombies are going to start to spawn And we have this guy, the summoner, a wither skeleton. So this is kind of the boss of the dungeon. Not a super huge bad guy, but for level 1 guys with really basic gear, this guy's going to be a little tough. He's going to be a little tough, and by the time they can get rid of this red concrete powder, there could be quite a few zombies building up in there, depending on how much time they spend. So this could get to be a real mess. So what those guys have to do, what they have to do is they have to get in here quick as possible, and as you can see, it's a jump in. You're not running back out once you're in. They have to get back here to the back. We've got some secret passages, well, not secret, but you know, hidden passages back here. Get up here to the second level where there are a couple more wither skeletons hanging out. What are your guys' names? I gave you guys names. Oh yeah, the right hand and the left hand. Oh, menacing. And as you can see, there's pressure plates. 1, 2, and of course, you guessed it, 3. So 3 of them have to get up here and stand on those pressure plates. Only if all 3 pressure plates are stepped on simultaneously will this curtain of concrete powder fall, and then they would be able to get what they need to get, which is the relic, which is hidden right there. The Rod of Summoning, 1 XP. That is the last thing they have to get before they can get the heck out of Dodge. Now, you might be saying, hey, that book said to get out you have to go through a pit. There's no pit. Well, up here on the second floor, there's this little safety zone. The wither skeletons can't get past this right here. So they could be in this little safety zone if they're smart. When the red concrete is dropped out there, this red concrete right here will also fall away. And this is the pit and the way out of the dungeon. All along here, up this staircase, and they have to dig their way out. And of course, we have a sign left by Flefmore the Wizard. Dig for your lives, fools! And then, boosh, they break out. And of course, guess where are they? They've come all the way around. Almost back to the training school. Not quite, but pretty darn close. Well, that is the dungeon, guys. I hope you think that is cool. I certainly do. I think it'll be lots of fun for them. And it's just really skimming the surface of all the things that we're going to do. Look, it's really not that far below the ground here, that last room. Just to give you guys kind of an idea of how big a dungeon this is. Here we go. We'll stand back, and I know this is a ton to look at, but like, there's a lot of level 2, all the maze rooms coming along here. There's the skeleton room there, and oh yeah, all the skeleton heads. I forgot to show you guys this. Hold on, we're going back in this room. I know this was the level 2 part. I forgot to show this to you. This is my favorite part of this room. Look at this. Look at this heads all peeking through the wall. That whole wall's full of skeleton heads. That's creepy. That's creepy. I love it. Anyway, so this is the dungeon. This is all of the level 1 dungeon. Hopefully it's not too hard for them. You know, that's a real hard thing to gauge. And part of, you know, any kind of game design is, you know, how hard do I make it? And I feel like I definitely have a broad range of difficulty from 2 zombies here all the way up to that final room up there where they're facing 3 wither skeletons, however many zombies that spawner outputs, plus 4 archer skeletons. Like, this room is no joke. This room is no joke. So hopefully they'll be able to do it, and hopefully they won't be too scared to go on to future dungeons and all of that. Otherwise, this is going to be a real short video series. Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to episode 2 of this crazy RPG adventure world that I'm building. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's lots and lots of building, but soon will come the payoff of having the group come in and face all of these challenges, and we will see how they do. As I mentioned before, I don't know if their crawling of this dungeon will be 1 episode or 2. It may be 2, depending on how things go, but obviously it'll be at least 1. So anyway, tune in next time, and until then, thanks so much for watching. See you later.